Good day, everybody! This is BA Radiant Dawn, and I'm back with the next video of my top 10 units not yet in phase series. Today we're focusing on Binding Blade, and I brought along an expert of mine. I've only played this game once, just like Shadow Dragon. I brought along the same person, Mr. Epholo8.
Howdy guys, I'm Epholo8, your favorite Wolf Girl enthusiast, and I've played this game many times and love it a bunch, so I'm looking forward to seeing who the top 10 are.
Yes, it should be quite interesting, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So first off, we have Ogier? Is his name?
Ogier, nice. Yeah, that's him. He is a mercenary, as you may be able to see in his artwork. He's effectively your replacement if you happen to lose Deke in the time that it takes you to get to Ostia Castle. So with Deke and Heroes, they made him an axe unit because that's what they do with all mercenaries for some weird reason. So maybe they would make him an axe unit because he's a mercenary too.
Probably.
Or maybe, yeah, probably, but maybe he would be a sword unit. I don't know. He could be either one. Honestly, he's the type of unit I could see as a Grand Hero battle.
As like a freebie?
Yeah, either that or the 4-star, because honestly, I feel as though perhaps they would be a little bit mean to him.
Well, even as a even as a freebie, it's still mean. So either way, they're gonna be mean.
Yeah, I could see his stat line, perhaps like a power creep version of Soleil. He kind of rocks the higher speed compared to, I guess I would say lower strength, but then again, Soleil has high strength, so it's hard to say.
Okay. What was his equipment that he came with initially? Do you know?
He comes with an armor slayer, I believe, and a steel sword. I think those are the items he comes with. Which, you know, Armor Smasher's a pretty good weapon even in the modern day.
Especially for taking out that new freaking Edelgard, or any Edelgard, pretty much.
Maybe, I don't know. I've had my issues with her regardless of Armor Slayer, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I just send Duo Idun into the match, or Brave Hector, and they just slaughter. They can't do anything to them, it's amazing.
That makes sense.
So in 9th place we have Elfin. So what I know for Elfin is he's just a normal dancer. He's got a harp, unless like they make him maybe they can make him like a seasonal unit, because like he doesn't have any actual weapons. They tend to make some dancers like dagger units if they don't actually have weapons themselves, but I could actually see him being like a seasonal unit with like harp something or other as a weapon.
Yeah, no, I could see that for sure. He, like you said, he really doesn't have any basis in using weapons. Like, even Laurum and Tethys, they don't use weapons, so it was a bit of a stretch to give them daggers, but they did so regardless. The best I could see for him is maybe magic, because he's a peaceful type. I would have said staves, but that would occupy the dance, or the play slot, I guess it would be, since he plays whatever that is, a harp.
It's like a mini harp.
I really don't know how they would decide to build him. He's weird.
Yeah, I think my guess is the best that they could really do with him, because he'd be such a weird unit to try to bring into the game.
Yeah, like, I could see him as filling a similar role in a Christmas banner to what Sephiroth did.
Sephiroth
yeah,
joins Faye. Yeah, that'd be actually really interesting. Ooh, actually, what if... I can't remember. He has a sibling, doesn't he?
He is... I think he is the son to Douglas. Or, no, he's not the son to Douglas. He's the son of the King of Etruria, and as such, Douglas has a strong connection to him. Okay,
because I'm wondering, maybe they can make him like a part of a duo or a harmonic unit. With, like, maybe like a harmonic with him and
he has
Mills.
a lot of... Yeah, he has a lot of connections with other units, like whether it be maybe Echidna, maybe Laurum, Douglas, maybe even his own dad, which would be kind of weird because he is never displayed as an actual unit, but I mean, it could work.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is like they could do like what they did with the duo Peony, where it's like he could have his duo skill could grant a dance, so he could be like a partnered healer, and like he could be a healer, but he could still have a dance.
No, that would be really cool. Actually, I wonder if we're at the point where the power creep is far enough along where they would allow us to have a dancer who also heals when they dance, because we have stuff like Flane, who has like
Damage
drag
reduction.
back or drawback in her.
Yeah, she's
healing.
got rescue, which is basically a heal drawback, and then she's got the damage reduction, and she's got. You could give her. You could just do my build and give her like auto recovery as well, and then congrats, you have units that can never die.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe they could do something like that with Elfin. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it's a wait and see for sure. But I'm curious what they do. Next up we have Noah. So I don't have great memories of Noah because I played through FE6 on normal before. I gave up on hard because the chapter Noah joins is just so atrociously bad. It's a really, really hard chapter, like no joke. Like
that chapter's one that many people would agree is very, very difficult for not exactly the best reason. Personally, Noah is my third favorite unit in that entire game, so I would love to see him as, a nice, strong sword boy, but I have a feeling he would be given the 4-star treatment and given some weapon that's undesirable or something.
Yeah, I could see that too, unfortunately. Like, I want him to be really, really good, because I really like the guy. I just didn't like the chapter he joined in, because it's so terribly designed, and
totally understandable. I could see him as a modern-day Ruby sword holder, which would be really, really unfortunate to see, but I feel like that's what they would do to him. His biggest distinguishing feature in that game is that he arrives with a C rank in swords, and as such, he's the only mounted unit who can immediately use the Killing Edge. So maybe a slaying sword for him? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they would be mean to him and give him the 4-star treatment either way.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I could definitely see him as a 4-star because he's just he's cool. Obviously, he's popular. He's in like the 8th spot, so clearly people want him. It's just I don't know. Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm glad to see as much. It's really cool that he's ranking so highly. I thought I was the only one who liked him.
So goodbye, Elfin. Hello, Dorothy. So one thing that I kind of find entertaining when it comes to this game is it's basically this game was the last one that actually gave weird looking characters. Like this is like the last game where some units it was the end of the FE7 was the start of all units being moderately attractive. Like there's like really they upped the designs. They got rid of all the like kind of goofy looking, not so popular kind of ones like Dorothy, Gonzalez, Arden, and FE4. There's so many examples from the earlier games, but lately there's no such thing as an unattractive unit.
If a unit's unattractive, they're probably an enemy in the modern day.
Which is
as for Dorothy, she's kind of just your standard archer. She's known for having a much higher strength growth than most archers. So I guess that would be her distinguishing feature as a unit. That said, I really don't know what they would do apart from just making her an archer. There is some implication that she is Dorothy, or she is Dorothy, but like Dorcas is her father. That's the implication, but nothing confirmed.
Oh, I've never heard
so
that theory before.
there could be something there. The implication is made by Dorcas's artist, Soeda Ipe, has drawn Dorothy and Dorcas and Natalie all together a bunch of times. It's perhaps just his headcanon, but it's a cool headcanon nonetheless, and I can see the resemblance.
Oh yeah, for sure. That that's actually a good point. I've never even thought of that before. That's pretty cool.
She has kind of has Dorcas's face combined with Natalie's hair color, so maybe that's a thing.
Maybe. Well, it's definitely a theory. That's good.
Yep.
Goodbye, Noah. So for Dorothy, we're just thinking like possibly like a demote bow, or they could do like what they did for Louise and make her have like a inheritable but 5-star kind of idea.
Yeah, maybe. I might see her like the best outcome I could see for her is being the demote who introduces the what's it called? Spendthrift bow into the 4-star pool, but even that's a stretch because that weapon's crazy.
Oh yeah, like even now, like, how long ago was Midori put in the game, and she's the only one with Spencer bow still? Like,
yeah, it's been a long time, but I see why they haven't put it into the pool. Dorothy's really the best option I could see to put that into the pool. She doesn't really have much in the way of, like, mercantile skills. She's more or less, like, she follows along with Saul and stuff, and helps him out with his day-to-day life, so... I don't know, I guess that's the best I could see for her. Otherwise, as you said, probably just a demote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either way, it'll be nice to have her in the game. I think it's pretty overdue. I like how both the, not, like, supermodel characters both of them from this game are not yet in fame.
Yeah.
Next up we have Zeus. And this is, Melody's brother, isn't he?
Indeed, he is. He is more or less the, Okay, so his situation's kind of weird because he would be the replacement for Milady. Like, had she died in battle, you would get him instead, and he would more or less fill your need for a Wyvern Knight. That is, if it didn't require Milady to recruit him. So, as a result of that, he kind of just falls flat. He has a higher strength growth, and, generally speaking, he will have more strength, but his speed is so low that it's, like, hardly realistic to use him. As such, I figure he'll probably just be like a classic high defense, high attack, low speed, low res, easy to get male unit. Probably GHB because he starts as a red unit.
And they've given a lot of Wyvern Riders male Wyvern Riders as GHBs.
Yeah.
Because there's Cormag, and there's Heath, and there's
Trevant,
Ashnard. Like,
yeah.
It's like, hey, if you're a boy and you ride a Wyvern, guess what? Demote or freebie.
Yep.
It's like, well,
and
damn.
And your stat line is going to be high attack, high defense, low speed, low res, and you're going to have to deal with it. And that's the classic Zeiss treatments, truly.
Basically, yeah, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just gotta scroll back up because I was wanting to test something, but details. So goodbye, Dorothy. Hello, Murdoch. So I kind of like Murdoch. I think he's kind of cool. He's got an interesting connection with Zephiel for sure. The one thing that I really like when it comes to FE6 and FE7 is that they, like, for FE7, they did the art styles from FE6, like, for any of the characters that are shared, or any of the characters that, like, grew up into FE6, or any of the kid units. They did a really good, FE7 did a really good job designing these characters to look kind of like how their parents did, or how their younger selves did, or older selves did. Like, it's really, really cool. I like that aspect. And, like, I don't like how FE7 really handled Murdoch, because they basically made him like a side plot device, kind of. Like, he doesn't do anything, He's not an enemy that you fight, he's not a playable unit, he's just there to have an excuse to to make Zephiel more vulnerable, pretty much. Murdoch's there. They put him into FE7 just to make him leave Zephiel alone. Like, it's...
Yeah. The case with Murdoch is certainly a bit of a sad one. As I said, sort of before the recording, he's essentially to Zephiel what Seth is to Erica and Ephraim. Like, he's loyal to the bone, he'll do whatever he has to for his master. And they kind of... due to how FE6 works and due to how FE7 works, they kind of just ruined that entire aspect of him. Like, he's cool. He's a general with a tomahawk. You don't really see generals in FE6, FE7 that use axes that much, so it's cool to see.
This is true.
And as such, he would almost certainly be an axe armor, probably a free one. That's the issue, though. A lot of these units feel as though they would be the free units, and obviously you can't have just a bunch of free units, so I wonder how they would place. Murdoch seems like a classic example of a GHB unit, since they like to introduce, villain characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to say.
Yeah, he'd definitely be, like... I mean, they put frickin' Zephiel as a GHB, like... They're going to do the same to Murdoch, almost guaranteed. But yeah, a lot of these characters we've been saying, they're either going to be demotes in the 4-star pool, or they're going to be like the free units, which is kind of bad. But luckily, we're coming up to the top 4 actually, because Murdoch's number 5.
True.
And I think that's going to stop being the case. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
I believe so.
I hope so, because like we can't just get a bunch of units. Like, how Faye brings in units for banners is that I'm pretty sure they take a look at how they ranked in the CYL and base it off that. It's like, oh, these units are popular, put them in. I mean, look at the FE7 one. The FE7 one had Urk on it, and Urk was number 1 or number 2 or something, and Sonya was was the other one, either 1 or 2, and they both got into the game. So
yeah, as 4-star and demote respectively.
Unfortunately, but like that just proves even if you place high, you could still get treated like utter trash.
Yeah, pretty much. It is a shame, but I guess that's how it is.
Yeah. So on to Nime. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you have fun with this one.
Yeah, so Nime is a very interesting unit. She is, as we discussed, she is the she is the mother of Kanas, and then Kanas is the father. Yeah, Kanas is the father of Hugh, and then Hugh is her grandson as a result. So, Nime is a very famous unit. She shows up kind of just out of nowhere at a point in the game where you can really make use of her services. She comes with a physics staff, and she has the magic in the way that physics staves work in that game. She's effectively able to heal you for almost your entire HP pool from across half the map. I don't think they would implement her as a staff unit. She'd probably be dark magic, and as such probably have the classic dark mage stat line of like high attack and high res in exchange for low speed and low defense, and that would fit her very well.
And in Fade, dark mages are typically red, right? Because I think Null's red.
Yeah, almost every single dark magic user has been red, so yep, she would be red.
Except for like Lion, actually. All the Lions have been green, haven't they?
Well, one was red,
Okay.
The original was red, and then the Fallen one was green, and then the Kid one's blue, so yeah, I guess there's a small chance she could be something else.
But unless she gets like an alt. Her original will more than likely be red, but any alt it could be anything, so.
Yeah, probably. She does have this weird connection with nature, so it's like maybe she could come with a Blizzard Tome or something like that. Maybe she should show up with Anima magic instead of her usual dark magic, which wouldn't really have a basis in the game. But in the story it would sort of have a basis, so maybe they could change it up with her. But I kind of doubt they have that ability to be that creative.
Yeah, same, but why is it that I kind of felt bad the second you mentioned, like, oh, she could have, like, a Blizzard Tome or something? I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Rip Kanas. Yeah, her chapters are...
Kanas was misbehaving, so, she had to...
she threw out the Blizzard on him. What a shame.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, let's go on to the now we're in the big top 3. The third most wanted unit is her grandson. Hey, we got both on one screen. Number 3, number 4, respectively. So awesome. I'm happy about this.
The whole family is here. So I can't recall if for the Shadows of Valentia episode, Luthier was anywhere on the list, but
Luthier was like at the top of the list somewhere.
Yeah. He was more or less this game's version of Luthier in my eyes. He fulfills the same role in terms of, magic and sort of personality. They're both kind of goofy characters who, they have fun with the characters when they're writing them in the story, and that's cool. I would say, he was kind of just a standard, nothing special about him mage. There is an interesting glitch with him wherein you can cap his magic and skill upon recruitments and immediately promote him, and he will have capped magic and skill as a sage, and as such he will obviously deal crazy damage and heal you for all of your HP, but that is just a glitch, and I would question IS's ability to be aware of that glitch. So.
I mean, we know they know how to meme somewhat, like. So
Yeah,
maybe.
they do.
Yeah, I remember Hugh having like depending on what you do, he could have like 3 different levels he could come in at, right?
Yep. Essentially, how that works is you have to pay money to get him, sort of like a Farna or a Rennex situation. He's one of the first units, if not the first unit, that you actually have to do that for. But essentially, how it works is you can try. He tries to get paid for his services, and then if you say no, he offers you again for a lower rates, and then if you say no again, he offers you for an even lower rates. And at that point, if you say no, he's supposed to have like really, really low stats, but if you say yes, the game is like, oh, I am glitched now, and makes him extremely strong for no reason.
That's hilarious. It's like, oh,
yeah.
The more times you say no, the like better I get. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's goofy, but it's pretty cool if you try it out like that. Like if anyone happens to play FE6 again, maybe try that glitch out for yourself, and you'll have some fun with them.
Maybe I could do that for a Let's Play sometime.
Yeah, true. Plus you end up paying the lowest price for him, so you pay the lowest price for the strongest unit, and that's fun.
Yeah, that's a little busted, but yeah.
It's certainly not intended, but I mean, it's pretty fun.
It is what it is. So he would actually probably be, they might do him as a demote, but I don't think they actually would. I feel like kind of like him and Nime both would be like 5 stars on a respective on the same banner, possibly.
Yeah, probably. I could see him being the red mage, but like if they didn't want to overlap colors, he could easily fit into blue or green. Either one would work for him. He could throw around a wind tome, or maybe some kind of blizzard tome, just like Nime could possibly do, being Kanasa's son and all.
Oh, if they do that, a lot of the fans that know about what happens are gonna be like super like just I can hear the groans from the distance from here, like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I think he's gonna be the 5-star just because, like, truthfully, he has a pretty attractive design for a male. So he could pretty easily fill that role. Mm-hmm. He could be perhaps an equivalent to Pent, maybe a blue mage or something.
Yeah. So in the second spot we have Cat. So she's a thief, dagger, problem solved.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much the classic treatment that thieves get, I guess. I would say she'd probably just be like a power creep version of Layla if she were implemented. I will say in her own game, she is very, very bad. She's quite possibly the worst character in that game in terms of combat. And even in terms of her ability as a thief, she is the least useful by far. But I mean, you know, she's a girl. She has thief utility, and people like her as a result, so she'd probably get the Layla treatments.
One thing that I find kind of entertaining is, like, her recruitment's also really, really weird. You need to talk, like, she shows up in multiple chapters, and you have to talk to her in each one, and after the 3rd time, she recruits herself, kind of idea?
Yep, that's how it is. She appears a maximum of 5 times, and if you talk to her 3 times within that time frame, she will join your army. She can join you as early as the first time that you encounter a dragon, and she can join you as late as literally Zephyr's chapter. So she could perhaps come with a power creep version of the Dragon Slasher. I would kind of be down with that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Okay, for the number 1 spot, I'm actually really happy he's up here. We got Big Boy Gonzalez.
Oh yeah,
it is Gonzalez. Hawkeye, move over. There's new muscles in town.
Oh yeah. Gonzalez's unit abilities in the game sort of revolve around him having really, really high attack and speed and really, really low hit rates with, you know, moderate defense and pretty low res. That said, in Fae, you don't have to worry about hit rate. So he's likely to show up as really strong, really fast, with, you know, moderate defense and pretty low res, and probably a lot of HP because he comes with like over 40, and upon promotion he's pretty easily over 50.
Which is insane, actually.
Yeah. Considering that the cap in that game is 60, yeah, he's gonna have a lot of HP. I'm really interested in seeing how they balance him out. You know, plus he's a really cool character. He's, you know, pretty adorable, despite, you know, his size and his features, he's well loved for good reason, and they better treat him well, or else they're gonna get backlash on Twitter.
Oh yeah, like I was saying before we started, like he's like the he's kind of like the big scary teddy bear softy type, where it's like he looks mean and menacing, and it looks like he's just gonna like kill you, but realistically he's kind of like a Mordecai, he's kind of like a Dedue, he's kind of like a bunch of these units that are like really, really big, really, really buff, really, really tall, kind of intimidating, but they're just big softies.
Yep, absolutely the truth. He does arrive in that game with a Devil Axe, but as we know in Fae, Barst has that, so I would be interested to find out about how they would perhaps implement that in Fae. I'm sure he's going to get a PRF, like almost no doubt about it. He's so popular, you know, he's huge. It's probably going to be something like Menacing Axe or whatever, but I don't know. It'd be cool to see how they manage that. He's a really cool character.
I can actually see them doing like a preferred axe, but kind of like a power crept, but kind of nerfed Devil Axe. Because like Barst Devil Axe had Wrath and Fury built into the weapon, and I can't remember if it had anything else.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I could see either of those fixed really applying to Gonzalez's. I would say maybe take away Wrath, since he is, like, despite being a brigand who is capable of, in that game, literally destroying entire villages, he's not really a wrathful guy. He's pretty peaceful whenever he can help it.
So he'll probably have Fury built in for the Devil Axe effect, and then he'll have probably have attack speed, something or other built in, and acceleration trigger special thing, and
I could see him perhaps introducing an interesting sort of weapon, sort of like there's the Fury effect to indicate that he is very strong and very wrathful when provoked, I guess I would say, and then perhaps a healing effect to show off his more peaceful side. I don't know, like maybe take damage as a result of attacking, but then heal up a little bit afterwards because, you know, he's a peaceful guy. It would be a very weird dynamic, but it would be kind of cool, I think. So
kind of like have like a Mystic Boost / Fury built into the weapon kind of idea, where it's like he'll deal 7 damage to himself, but after combat he'll heal himself for 5, so he only really takes 2 kind of idea. I think that'd be really, really neat, actually. The self-sustaining axe, big buff axe boy is kind of a neat idea. But yeah, I really want Gonzalez and Faye. I hope if they give him the 4-star treatment, there's gonna be an uproar. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, if they give him the 4-star treatment, easy +10.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be so many people that would pull for him and like fully merge him and everything. Like, absolutely. I think even I would after it will take me a while because I have other prior commitments to merges, but.
Oh yeah, I've got at least like 5, maybe 6 axe units already merged up, but he would be a pretty easy addition.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's the end of the video. Gonzalez is number 1. Can't complain about that. Cass is number 2. Okay, I don't quite know why she's so popular, but hey, I'm not complaining. Nope. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Epholo8's channel. It's going to be down in the link in the description below. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
See ya.
This is Be Already Done, and Epholo8, signing off. See you, everybody.
Later.